What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I appreciate you. Shout out to the collective again. If you haven't subbed up, you watch it on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7. Man, might be a trigger warning or 2. I hope not. But also, remember, before we get to that going, when you on this road to healing, to learning, to waking up and tapping into something different or bigger than yourself, bro, remember, hold yourself accountable. We always forget about that. We like to think about everything else but accountability. So remember, we ain't perfect. We made mistakes. There's things we did that we can't do again. We trying to get somewhere, so there's certain steps we can't do. To get somewhere new, you got to do new shit. So today, I just want everybody to remember, hold yourself accountable for all your actions. All your actions. Be aware of everything you do. Stay conscious of everything, every decision, every feeling, all that. Stay conscious of it all. Control it and work on that today. That's the only thing I would like to challenge everybody watching this is that. But I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video, man. Let's go.
Magic and witchcraft is a real thing. How many people heard about the Annabelle doll? Not too long ago, they moved it. They was not supposed to move this doll. The Annabelle doll was supposed to have demonic spirits in it, so they locked it away. Now you can find it in the occult museum. Not no more, because they moved it. You can go research this for yourself, and it's kind of mind-blowing. They had to keep this doll inside of this box. If you remove her outside of the box, the demons will be free. For the people that don't understand how magic works, I want you to know this. Our ancestors was practicing magic, and our ancestors was locking away evil spirits. And the people that control this world now, they figured out a way to lock our spirits in a box. But now the people that control this reality, they found a way to lock our spirits in a box. Look at your TVs. Look at your cell phones. Look at your bed. Look at your wall. Look at your doors. Look at your floors. A box. Just remember this. They always put the truth in our face because they don't want karma to come back to them. These type of events happen all the time. But some demons have more power than other demons. They've been using black magic, white magic, voodoo, curses, and spells for centuries. And if you go back and watch certain Hollywood movies, you will see it. Remember this movie called Child's Play, when we all thought Chucky was just a movie? But if you go back and watch it again, you will see that this doll was actually trying to get into another body. He was practicing voodoo. You had to be real careful about what you watch on TV, because when they're doing scenes like this, it's really a ritual or a ceremony. And since you are watching it, you are a part of it. This was a wicked, evil spirit in his doll, and he wanted to get inside of this little boy's body. They are saying the same thing about this Annabelle doll. If you let her out, demons will come out. The reason why they call it entertainment is because they want something to enter and tame your body. This shit is real. But since they moved this doll, we might start seeing evil spirits.
I was thinking that too, but why did they move it?
They just reported that 11 inmates escaped New Orleans prison, but then they changed their story up and said it's not 11, it's really 10. I want people to understand that numbers mean everything in the Matrix. I'm gonna get back to these 10 or 11 inmates just in a moment. All this is taking place right after they used the Annabelle demonic doll in New Orleans. If you don't know anything about the Annabelle doll, please do research. The story of Annabelle took place in 1970 when this little girl got a doll, but the doll started moving by itself. Not only that, the doll was writing letters. This is a real image of what the doll looked like in 1970. It's a well-known fact that New Orleans already have a history of voodoo, white magic, black magic, spells, and curses. So when they used this doll for a special event in New Orleans, all it did was activate the other dolls that still sleep. You don't believe in magic? You don't believe in spirituality? You don't believe in voodoo? I think you should. But this story get a little deeper. Stay with me. The people that control this matrix stole our information, our knowledge about witchcraft and they are using against us. They understand that numbers make everything manifest. Numbers control this universe. Why do you think they give us birthdays, death dates, anniversaries, holidays? It's all about numbers. I know some people are going to say, well, this is just 10 or 11 inmates that escape prison. There is no accidents or mistakes in the Matrix. Everything is connected. Please don't forget that we just had the Super Bowl in New Orleans. 504, number 9. 2025, number 9. New Orleans Police Department said 11 people escaped. Then they said no, it was 10 people. But we know 504 is number 9. So we have 9, 10, 11. You can pause this screen to understand what these numbers mean when it comes to magic and spirituality. Shit is mind-blowing. This is not just the Eye of Ra. This is the number 9. New Orleans is a powerful state. And if you tap into this state of mind, you can make everything manifest with the number 9. If you pay attention, you will be able to see the number 9 all throughout creation. You can find it everywhere. In order to use any form of magic, you have to tap back into nature. Some people call it the Fibonacci spiral, but this is really the fingerprint of God. The people that live in New Orleans, they knew all about magic. Our ancestors was so great at magic, they knew how to trap evil spirits into dolls. Some of these dolls you see really have spirits in it. It's no coincidence that they brought this evil ass doll in New Orleans from May 13th to May 14th. But the Matrix used events like this to make things manifest. There is no mistakes in the Matrix. Everything is connected to the 9 or 504. For more info, check out my ebook. The link is in my bio.
Had it reach to y'all?
You see what I'm saying, nigga? This big ass nigga made in the USA. Nigga, was we not just doing the 3553 codes, fam? 3 plus the 5 is an 8. I'm finna decode this whole realm, nigga. Look at this shit. We was just doing the 6996 code. 69 is what, fam? Creating worlds. Nigga, this is, man, come on, bro. They put this on top of this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. These niggas founded this shit. U.S. Foundry. Why do these niggas find everything and they never invent nothing? Oh, nah, this shit getting nutty. Right over there is the, bro, nah, this shit taking my breath away. Y'all niggas know I'll stop and pull up, nigga, and pull out. This shit no joke.
Vampires are real, but they're not exactly how you would expect. Vampire folklore goes way back, like even beyond the tales of Dracula. They stretch back thousands of years, even to some of the oldest civilizations on Earth. They actually started to be a thing back in ancient Egypt, in addition to Eastern Europe, so think like Transylvania. And fun fact, this is actually the castle that the movie Hotel Transylvania is like modeled after. In Egypt though, they weren't focused on like blood-sucking monsters. Egypt is a place where their belief for like the afterlife and immortality is very prevalent. And they didn't just want to live forever in the physical form like we would picture the modern vampire. Instead, they were seeking out spiritual immortality. That's why they mummified these bodies. It's funny because if you think about it, the mummy and the vampire are related. And they had a god named Sekhmet who drank blood in some myths. They also had other undead deities that were very similar to Sekhmet. And they all carried vampire-like ideas. They had similar mentalities in Romania. And in this region, they believed that if certain individuals had unfinished business, they could come back from the dead and finish the job. And these immortal souls were thought to have some sort of extraordinary power. And as this belief spread, the villagers would take extreme measures to make sure that these immortal beings would stay dead. And one of those methods, which is still really famous today, is the stake in the heart. They thought going to drastic measures would kill their immortal soul. Come over here for longer freaky videos.
Now, I never asked y'all, but I'm sure it's about to be a 50-50 split. Spam up in the comments who believe in vampires and who doesn't, and why. I need to know. I need to know, bro. I need to know who believes in this and who doesn't. I want to know, man. Spam it up. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. And if you see somebody's opinion in the comments and you don't agree with it, there's ways you could approach that comment, but it doesn't have to be insulting. That's all I ask, please.
There's been some strange events that has been happening all over Louisiana. Have you guys heard about this? Let's look into this, y'all. First of all, there is this doll called the Annabelle doll. And this doll is supposed to be erected in a specific place, but for some reason this doll is on a tour. I don't know who tours dolls, but apparently this doll is on a tour, and one of the stops was Louisiana. Well, guess what? Day after this supposedly haunted doll left Louisiana, we have the Nottingham plantation started from the roof. Nobody knows how the fire started, but this thing is burning down.
Annabelle comes to New Orleans, departs New Orleans the following day. Nottoway Plantation, one of the most haunted plantations in the country, burns to the ground. Some people call it a coincidence, but look, in a city built on spirits, nothing burns without reason.
She's talking about a city built on spirit. She must not know we're in a spiritual war. This is literally war. And here's the most amazing thing. During the fire, y'all, we have shadows, pictures of melanated people looking like they're leaving this burning building. Look at this, y'all. Look at the shadows. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom in for y'all. Hold on. Check this out, y'all. Look at this. You guys can clearly see these are shadows of people. Look at the shadows, y'all. Look at the shadows of these beings walking out. Melanated beings walking out. Y'all see that, right? You see, the people who don't understand spiritual warfare, they wouldn't think that these things are spiritual holding centers for our brothers and our sisters, and how on the physical plane a lot of these beings died in these places. So these are spiritual holding centers. So now these things are burning down. Our brothers and our sisters are coming free, and now they are being free of their entrapment. Now they can work for us in the spiritual. Y'all see that this has a resemblance to the Django house? Look at that, y'all. Tell me that don't look like the Django house. Now here's the other thing that you may or may not know about. In the midst of all of this, 12 inmates escaped prison in Louisiana, y'all. What is going on? We're literally at the end, y'all.
Parish Sheriff's Office says that 11 inmates had escaped from the Orleans Justice Center. It happened this morning when a head count revealed that the inmates were missing. The jail is located about 2 miles from Bourbon Street. Officials now urging the community to use extreme caution, warning that these 10 inmates who are still on the loose should be considered armed and dangerous, and you do not want to get anywhere close to.
See, now these souls are free. The ancestors could work for us. But yes, y'all, I be telling y'all that shift that we be talking about, it's here, and it's only going to ramp up, y'all. Did y'all hear about all of this? Let me know that in the comments below, y'all. What do you think about this? The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Look, we got inmates on the loose, right? But just like a year ago, if not that, what happened to the monkeys that got out? I asked y'all in the comments what happened, and ain't nobody told me, bro. We still don't know. They probably still out there doing some wild. I don't know. But if we couldn't find the monkeys, bro, how the hell we gonna find the inmates? I don't know. They didn't skip finding the monkeys and start asking one monkey versus 100 men questions like that. And now we got. Why is that plantation even still up? I know if look. I'ma just say this. My ancestors, if some of them built this plantation or any plantation, I don't want to see the plantation in 2025. I don't think it should still be up. If they got made to do something they didn't want to do, I don't want to go back there and watch them and see what they had. Nah, teach me the history, but I can give two. Y'all finish the sentence about the plantation. I don't care. I don't care about the plantation. I feel like them things should be knocked down anyway. And me personally, knock them down and give the jails and give the state capitals back to the people. Give it back to the people, bro. Give us all what we deserve and get rid of the plantations. That's how I see it. But if that's a reach, if y'all agree, let me know. But I just, and do y'all think that's a reach with Conscious Juice talking about there was spirits leaving the plantation? Do y'all think those are spirits? Let me know. I know y'all say he be reaching, that's why I ask.
Oh my God! We're in a tornado! We're literally in a tornado, dude. Look at the trees, geez. Oh, dude, it just crushed the crane truck. Oh my God! Dude.
Well, I lay down like
Zach and I saw that starting. Dude, this whole place. It might flip the truck. Oh! Holy fuck.
Got out the machine.
Your machine's
See?
holy shit. Dude, we were literally just saying it's rotating.
Oh my.
Holy dude.
Paris is St. Louis, man. Shout out to the Show Me State.
Holy shit. Oh. Guys, is it a real tornado?
It might be.
Oh
my god.
Is it actually a
Jana,
tree?
your car.
Oh! Oh my god!
No, a tree just fell.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
We're in a tornado!
No, everybody is.
Down there! Basement! Come on!
I don't want to go by this way. Okay. We're fine.
Oh my god!
We're fine.
This way!
Come on. We got worried about.
Dogs!
Yeah, come on. Get on my feet. Buddy, right here. Okay, running. Is the door down here? Oh, get inside. Get inside. Come on, dogs.
Oh my god, I just filmed that!
This has never happened before. Okay, it doesn't normally happen like that. Door down. Turn on the lights. Where's the door? The lights are out.
Look, I appreciate y'all sending me this collective, but I want to see the tree cut through the window, man. I want to see it come through the living room. But, Paris, anybody affected by this? I haven't been in no tornado, nor do I want to. But if you have, man, I pray for you. If you had to experience that, I pray for you. That looks crazy. That's some crazy work. But, how y'all feel, man? How y'all feel? I know some of y'all gonna be mad, like, bro, why they even... I'm gonna keep it in there because it was sent to me by somebody in the collective. But, man, future reference, y'all gotta show what... Man, y'all gotta let us see what happened.
What the hell I take? What the hell y'all? What the hell Berry? What the hell Burton? What the hell Bron James? What the hell Cyrus?
Hell no. Bro, it's time to go 100.
Computer chips inside the game balls. Don't believe me? Google it. Now, I discussed in my last video that I believe that these computer chips can be turned into an electromagnet, and thus you can have the ball be manipulated with magnets and technology and cause, let's say, a field goal that was gonna be good to bounce off the uprights instead. Now, this isn't the only way that this technology is being used. I also believe that this very same magnetic technology is being implemented into the players' gloves, especially wide receivers, making all those awesome one-handed catches that they routinely seem to make.
I'm not gonna say... I'm gonna go ahead and say the magnetic gloves. I'm gonna say that one might be a reach. And I only say that because... Like, y'all see Instagram, like, I literally play. Like, and y'all have seen on Instagram, I've made some crazy one-hand catches. And some of y'all done been like, damn, bro, I didn't know you could play ball. Like, that was my first love. So, sports, basketball, and football, first love. Went to college to play ball and everything. Like, no, that's the first love. So, the gloves, I gotta say that might be a little bit of a stretch because I seen some crazy catches of other people I play with, people who made it to the league that I played with, who I'm like, nah, I seen them make some crazy catches. Or it's just certain shit like, nah, but I would say the chipping the ball when they kicking it, stuff like that, yeah, I would go. In basketball too, I think the same thing. NFL's rigged, we know that. NBA's rigged. But last time I tried to post this clip, it didn't get to make it. So I hope this clip get to make it into the rollout today.
Cadê o carro do cara, filha?
Caralho!
That's him screaming, bro. Oh my god.
2016, wild horse leg.
made her down enough to just make her out.
Dad, what is that?
Wow, what is that? A bear. Stand on its leg. What is it?
Wish they could have zoomed in, bro.
Guys, I really can't make this shit up right now. Everybody inside this bus is getting skinned up, guys. Everybody inside the bus is getting skinned up. And they have no idea what's going on. None. Look, they start scanning you up once you turn off. Once they close the door, they start scanning you up, guys. Once you close the door and you start going, they start scanning you up. They have no idea, guys. Everybody inside the bus is getting scanned up.
Did that say Fontana? Hey, SoCal, y'all better be chill. That's a big ass moose. Like I said, I think legendary animals is coming back. Like the giant animals, what I mean. When I say legendary, I'm talking about it's from a game RDR2. Y'all tell me y'all have played it too. But they call it legendary animals, the big ass ones. They hella big. Y'all think the giant animals is coming back? I'm asking. But yeah, the clip before that, if that's Fontana in Southern California, y'all better stay safe, bro. What's y'all thoughts on that though? That's some crazy shit. I heard in New York, so I'm watching I was watching Brandon Buckingham yesterday. Shout out, man, that's one of my go-tos. He searching for the most wanted drivers, right? So he go to New York. I heard New York drivers got to get, what is it, ghost plates? Because they got pretty much, if you break a traffic law, the cameras can self-recognize you, and then they send you a ticket that way or something like that. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all enlighten me on how it work out there. When I seen that, I said, what? Bro, we one step away from the digital currencies and the social credit scores. That's what I got from it. Y'all let me know.
While the whole world is speaking about Diddy, Cassie, Tory Lanez, Mega Thee Stallion, do you know what's going on at CERN right now? Anytime the media wants you to focus on something, you should shift your focus to something else. If they say look left, look right. They say look up, you should look down. Or how about we don't look at none of this shit? These stories right here, nonsense, bullshit. It means nothing to any of us. But I get it, it's gossip and people need something to speak about. Well, I'm about to give you something to speak about. You ready for this? Did you know that these scientists at CERN is trying to open up a portal? I mean, they're not trying, they already did it. But since so many people are worried about Diddy and Cassie, Tory Lanez, and the trade wars, you're not understanding what's taking place. This portal will release the Antichrist or the fallen angels. We have something called the firmament that's over top of this planet. Nothing can leave, nothing can come in. They've been working for years trying to crack the firmament. It can't be done. So you know what they did? They created CERN to open up a portal to bring in the Antichrist. But stories like this is important, right? The algorithm is pushing all of your attention to shit that don't matter. How many people remember when they was putting portals in New York City, Philadelphia? Those portals really mean something, but so many people said they are not portals. It's just for people to FaceTime. Well, I have a cell phone. If I want to FaceTime you, I'll just FaceTime you. I would not put a big ass portal in the middle of a city. Think about it. The people that control this matrix, they are setting up a big ass stage, and you don't really want to know what's coming out of this portal. It already came out. But never mind. Just continue with this and see how far it gets you.
Told you we covering it all.
How one man single-handedly destroyed America, and his name is John D. Rockefeller. Let me explain. So it all started when John D. Rockefeller established his first oil refinery in 1863, which we all know today as Standard Oil. His enterprise became the largest in the region within only 3 years. He incorporated the Standard Oil Company in 1870 and bought out all of the major competitors in 1872. This alone put him in control of 90% of all oil in the United States. Over the years, he accumulated a net worth of over $500 billion, making him the richest man in United States history. Now that y'all caught up on who this guy is, let's get into the dark stuff. And just remember, this is the same guy who once said, and I quote, "We will keep their lives short and their minds weak while pretending to do the opposite." We will use our knowledge of science and technology in subtle ways so that they never see what is happening. By using soft metals, agent accelerators, sedatives in food and in water as well as in the air, they will be covered in poison wherever they turn. Soft metals will make them lose their minds. Around the time that Rockefeller seized the US media, he also hijacked the pharmaceutical industry and took control of the education system. Once it was discovered that could be produced from petroleum, America's top oil mogul, Rockefeller, after taking control of all the media, he instructed his propagandists to invert reality accordingly. So natural medicines used for thousands of years before this were now recognized as alternatives. The new petroleum-based highly addictive now recognized as the gold standard. So after buying out a German pharmaceutical company that manufactured chemicals of war for Adolf Hitler by the name of IG Farben, he then leveraged his political influence by pressing Congress to declare natural healing modalities as impractical. Rockefeller then took control of the American Medical Association, which is weird because this right here is their new symbol and it looks very similar to that. He then began to offer massive grants to all top medical schools under the mandate that only his approved curriculum be taught. Any mention of the healing powers of herbs, plants, or diet were all erased from modern day textbooks. All doctors and professors who objected to Rockefeller's plans were all crucified by the media because he had control of the media, and then later removed from the AMA, then stripped of their license to teach and study medicine. Once word got out that his petroleum-based medicine caused in 1913, he founded the American Society to suppress that information. Notice the same logo. Coincidentally, this was the same year that they founded the Federal Reserve. Me personally, I don't believe in coincidences, but y'all let me know what y'all think down below in the comments.
You know how we always talk about the Antichrist? I'm gonna be one of the first. I don't know if anybody said it. I don't know if nobody said this first, but I'm going to say it today. I think the Antichrist was his mother. It was bruh. That's what it was. It was him. Can't nobody tell me he not the Antichrist, bro. All the shit he just did, he opened the doorway up for everything else to get to going the way it's going right now. So it's not about who coming in to cause more ruckus. Bro, it's about who came in first and started that shit. And he came in and got it going, bro. That's what we gonna say. Who ride with me, who against me. This for entertainment purposes, though. So none of this is true. Y'all get what I mean, though. Who with me and who against me, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and say, I don't care if you disagree. You can disagree. We still family, bro. But how I see that, man, he the problem. He got everybody else on what he was on right now. And I don't like that, bro. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. How y'all feel? How y'all feel, man? See, hearing that, rest in peace to Dr. Sebi. Rest in peace to, that's the first person that come to my mind. And there's so many other people that was casualties to this war of they trying to fight they trying to do it right. And you got people like him who just doing it wrong, bro. They're just doing it wrong. That's crazy.
I'm calling it now. We're gonna see a lot of animals here. But not just animals, plants and everything else living. And TikTok is my opinion. This right here is not normal. This morning it was like 80 degrees, 82 degrees. I was sitting on the porch and I was starting to be in excruciating heat and pain. I was so uncomfortable I had to get out of the sun. Keep in mind, the video you're watching right now is not zoomed in. That's how big the sun was. That's not normal for South Carolina, North Carolina, really anywhere on the East Coast. But I'll tell you what that is normal for. That's normal for the Middle East. A couple of days ago, I wondered why all of our plants were dying until I took out the infrared thermometer. I'm going to show you that in 1 second. All these plants just burning to a crisp. I went to Texas last year, right in the summer for a ministry trip, and it was about 115 degrees outside, right? My front yard with this sun is hotter than it was in Texas in the summer. And before people say, oh, you're a baby, it's just some heat. I was a welder for 7 years and worked 12 hours a day in the sun welding. Never bothered at all. I've always done very well in heat. But this is a different heat. 82 degrees, and the greenery, the plants were 110, 115. It's like living beings. Living beings are the ones picking up more heat from this sun somehow. And in Revelation, it talks about how the sun will scorch mankind in the earth. No, I don't think that's happening now. I think it's a parallel like everything else we're seeing. Plants will show signs of heat stress and even start to shut down at 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, it was 82. The plants were hotter than the road and the sidewalk. Make that make sense. What about y'all? Does this seem different to you too?
Do you guys remember the Walmart conspiracy theory? The one where people say that these stores could become FEMA camps if martial law ever breaks out? Well, check this out. The National Guard was seen at this Walmart in this small town of Kentucky, and it looks like to me they are unpackaging or unloading something and most likely going to make this Walmart their home base.
Hello everyone, good morning from my little town in Kentucky. This is currently the situation here. There is a lot of National Guard unloading things, and it's like they have set up a little area here at our local Walmart store.
A lot has been going on in Kentucky, a lot of flooding, a lot of weather related things, and I looked at the comments, and apparently the military is getting ready in a lot of states. People are saying the military is in Wyoming. The National Guard said they are training for something, martial law. Some people are saying that they're getting ready for that New Madrid fault line that's getting ready to crack. And also, apparently, see what I told y'all, Kentucky's having a bad storm on Friday, and they know something else. See, something has been going on in that general area. That area has been receiving a lot of weather phenomenon. See, the National Guard is also in Mount Clemens in Tennessee as well too, and apparently they're going to DC to arrest people. So I mean, I don't know, man, I'm just reading the comments, but it's very interesting how the things that we were talking about a few years ago are taking place now, man. Like, this is crazy, man. But wow, I mean, anybody, let us know down in the comments below, y'all. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Ain't no other way, y'all. We got to go through it. Peace in.
This is just a little update on the situation with Chris Brown. So I'm pretty sure everybody already know that Chris Brown was arrested the other day in the UK. But what y'all didn't know is this man ain't coming home. Not until at least after June 13th. They said they're going to hold him until the court date, which is set for June 13th. That's crazy as they like, if we let you out, all you're going to do is try to go back to America. They're like, nah, you gonna sit your ass down to the court date. I was reading the comments and I seen people saying, now why would he go back to a country knowing he got warrants there? Obviously, he probably didn't know he had warrants. Come on, y'all, think. Now, I don't know if everybody think like I do and their brain is set up like mine's the way I be thinking, but this is highly suspicious to me. He says free Tory. He flies into the UK, and then all of a sudden he's arrested. Like, what? Am I the only one that think that's suspicious? Am I tripping? It just be shit like this that make me like, come on now, fool. Like, if it was me and I was Chris Brown and I really did that to that person, then I'd be like, look, let me just settle. Call cuz up on the phone like, look, we don't have to go through all this. Look, let me settle. But if I ain't do it, yeah, I'll probably sit there until June and get this shit over with. Because like I said, if you trying to fuck up my reputation, nigga, I'm gonna end everything you got. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments.
What's crazy is, who's seen that clip with Chris Brown playing that new Tory? Not new Tory that was released. I'm talking about unreleased new Tory. And who's seen, or if y'all listen to the album, he said it. The only person who's been down with me and supported me this whole time is Chris Brown. And now he in jail. Why did Tory get poked up so many times, and then why did he have to go to jail? Let's put it like this. Why did he go to jail for something that he said he didn't do after he came out with the album Most High, and after he cracked the system and cracked the code of how the music industry really worked, and they couldn't control that, and they don't own his masters, and then he goes down, and then evidence comes out that he wasn't guilty, and more information come out, and then he get poked up for some nonsense. Come on, bro, this shit is set up. He said it. Just watch the video Most High. Just watch the video Most High. Free Tory.
I'm getting ready to walk toward them, walking back toward the RV, and I literally hear God tell me to turn around. As I turn around, for me, it felt like I only took 3 steps, and then the music stopped. I just see orange, and then I hear a loud boom.
The car
Los Angeles, California. Take a good look. Some people think a few days from now, all this will be gone.
Nostradamus said May 10th would be the day. So we're all trying to wrap our business and everything we need to do before we all leave town.
Probably in June I'll come back if there's anything to come back to.
And why are they so afraid? Because of what a French philosopher named Nostradamus predicted 450 years ago.
So, Nostradamus has given us the month.
And because Orson Welles made a 1981 docudrama called The Man Who Saw Tomorrow.
Fire from the center of the earth shall make an earthquake in the new city.
May 1988.
Fear mongering for real.
So according to CNN, apparently there's this huge mile-wide volcano under the West Coast Ocean that is supposed to be erupting sometime soon. Not only is it going to be erupting soon, but CNN is saying that it will cause at least 10,000 earthquakes along the coast. This is concerning the west coast of California, where the San Andreas Fault is. But you want to know why many people haven't even noticed? It's because they're not announcing this on the main screen. They're announcing the tariffs, and they're announcing pharmaceutical prices coming down, every reason why people should hate Donald Trump. This is on their fine print. You know, the very small letters on the bottom of the screen that nobody ever reads, but that's typically where the real news is happening. Search it up and you will find that there is that fine print on the bottom of the screen of CNN News that is announcing those 10,000 earthquakes that are expected to arrive here soon, and it will be over all of the course of all of these months due to that volcano erupting under.
They caused that a volcano, and this shit is all a setup.
This man claims that him and his whole family are vampires. Watch
This guy
this.
swears he's a vampire and claims that his entire family is too. Nick, a content creator, went viral back in 2020 after showing off
He
his
has
sharp
the
fangs
fangs.
and color-changing eyes to the world. In his videos,
His
he
eyes
tries to
change
convince his
color.
followers that everything is 100% real. No
And they
filters,
exhibit
no
super
edits, no
speed.
tricks. In some clips, he even calls for his brother, who appears with insane speed and reveals he has fangs too. In another video, Nick shows off a sun protection ring, and since many started calling him a fake, he says he's going to prove his speed using a stopwatch.
Watch this. 8 seconds go by, and this dude's moving at lightning speed.
And then it gets weirder. To prove once and for all that his teeth are real, he grabs a perfect apple, shows it's untouched, and that there's nothing in his mouth. Then he bites it hard, revealing whether those fangs are truly real or just another internet performance. The question is, do you really believe that he and his whole family are actual vampires, or is he just really good at editing? Good enough to fool thousands of people?
I'm sure I'm not the only one that's been seeing vampire videos all across TikTok and other social media. Maybe they got tired of hiding for thousands of years. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching. Stay weird.
I ain't gonna lie, that one just come off as a little bit more fake to me. Damo Draper seems, I don't know, because even if you remember, Damo Draper said he doesn't, the sun doesn't affect him. This dude said he got a sun protecting ring. I don't know, the information just it just, and then he's able to throw their teeth in and out so fast, and they're not hurting. But Damo Draper was like, bro, it hurts. He said it. He went in detail. I don't know. It's just some of the things he did in this video contradicts what Damo Draper says when Damo Draper's like, nah, this is the case because of this, and he went in detail. He not even saying nothing. I don't know. Well, y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let me know. Spam it up.
Example, what happened if you drop inside this water? That's what happened as you jump inside this water. Jump inside the water, that thinking shit.
Damn, they came in fast. That's crazy. It's watching them.
Look at buddy, y'all. Yeah, you snort that powder. Yeah, that shit ain't. Yo. Yeah, might as well go and resign, my boy. No, nigga, don't try to take my phone, nigga. You got caught.
What the hell? Yo. Look, I'm gonna have to chop some of that, but y'all know what he was doing. He's playing with his nose. That's a police officer. Come on, bro. Come on. He on duty though. Not on duty, bro. Not on duty. Don't do that on duty, bro. Don't do it at all. But damn, he got caught. Damn, this is what we paying taxes on.
Okay, so now they're saying the reason why we can't go to Antarctica is because there is a replica of you. There's a clone allegedly in Antarctica, like another you beyond the ice wall. And here I was thinking there was just more land that they were hiding because they wanted to be stingy. But not only that, they were like, yeah, that's why they take your DNA when you were born. And, you know, they have a replica. And I'm just like, one, are we the clones? And if I'm the original and Sis is the clone, is she rich over there? Like, what is she doing? Not just that, it really made me consider the fact that when my son was born, I have a 2-year-old now, and when he was born, when they did his 24-hour bath, I had a C-section, and they were like, my husband was sleeping, and they were like, oh, we'll be right back. And I was like, no, not my baby. I'm never ever leaving his side, especially in this hospital where y'all could switch him up, okay? So I walked myself on, because I was like, let my husband rest. He did the first 24 hours. Let me go walk over there. And the first thing they did before his bath is they took a little tack, and they took blood from his foot. And I was like, what's that for? And they were like, oh, we just do it. It's policy. And I'm not even going to lie and pretend like I asked more questions. I was exhausted and drained. I literally just been opened up to have a child. But yeah, they took like 3 little dots. Like they put it on papers and they sealed it all up and they just shipped it away. I don't know to where and to what. So it is interesting how typically in the States, at least, they take your DNA immediately. They take your blood and they do something with it. But what if that's the case? Because if there could be $21 trillion bunkers, if there could be, you know, so many other things. I was really like hoping that it was just other land that we didn't have access to, and I was still wondering why. But if there's replicas, I'm just trying to figure out what Sis has going on. Like, what is my clone up to? Does she have locks? Like, is she, what is she doing? You know, but let me know if you've heard about this. All of this is obviously for entertainment purposes. We don't know what's what anymore. This is all jokes. None of this is real. But if you have heard about this, or if you haven't, save this video, go look into it. If you have heard about it, share your thoughts in the comments. Let me know, why do you think we can't go to Antarctica? If it's not for these silly reasons, why do you think we can't go? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Share this so that we can keep this discussion going. I appreciate y'all support. Like, follow, stay for some more tea. Bye.
We've heard that before. But as far as having clones, it makes me think about the movie Us, when they were underground. And I'm under the impression, what if they over there, they got a certain controlled environment, and it's a replica of Earth or United States, and we got our clones over there living a regular life, and then they got us over here living a regular life, and then they got both clones doing work for them. I don't know. Could be a reach. Might not be. Y'all let me know. Spam it up. Great point what she's bringing up, though. I didn't know that I know they do that with babies, but I got a lot of questions. I got a lot of questions that didn't get answered in that video.
And this is how McDonald's chicken nuggets are made, dog. Look at this shit. Ooh, that's crazy mud work. Feel like they got a bunch of gizzards just in a motherfucking squared box. That shit don't look appealing at all to me, dog. That shit look like it's about to be disgusting. And they probably ain't even clean that motherfucking machinery good enough to just place that meat on there like that. There ain't no telling if that's real meat or not. Y'all know they be cloning the motherfucking Tyson for damn sure. Yeah, they cloned Tyrone, they cloned the chicken too. And everybody be going batshit crazy every time they drop a new chicken. And McDonald's chicken nuggets, this shit look disgusting. That pink slime shit. Put that shit back. And you motherfuckers in there making that shit in the warehouse should be ashamed of your damn self. I wonder how much they paying you mother crazy work. You don't give a I bet y'all don't eat there. I guarantee you motherfuckers ain't eating no McDonald's chicken nuggies. Look, that shit look like a nasty ass fruit roll up. That shit look nasty. Ugh. And they turning it into some motherfucking nuggets. You eat this shit if you want to, dog. That's on you. But I don't want none of that shit. I don't give a how much sweet and sour sauce and honey mustard and barbecue sauce you put with that shit. It ain't real. That is crazy work. And they comfortable making this shit. Like, ooh, look what I can do. I can make some bullshit. Yeah, you can make some bullshit, alright. Yeah, you need to put that motherfucking chicken back where you found that motherfucker. And stop selling poison to people. You evil, scientific, genius, brainiac motherfuckers. Peace.
That shit is nasty, bro. It's touching a shirt and skin.
NASA stopped exploring the ocean. Started exploring the deep sea in 1958, but stopped in 1978. After that, they started working on getting us off the planet. They even detonate a massive explosion in the ocean in 2021. What did they discover down there? What are they so afraid of?
I think they discovered extraterrestrials, something that don't agree with them, who don't like them. And I feel like whatever they discovered gave them a timeline. Like, y'all motherfuckers better get up out of here at a certain point, or we coming up to the surface. And I could be a reach just for entertainment purposes. For them to start scattering after they found something, bro, they found something and something went left. And they probably was scared as, it was scared as shit. I could be reaching though, but y'all let me know your thoughts.
Like, music is spiritual. Anybody have music long enough, you know, if you don't cloud yourself and you don't like miss it, you're gonna realize it's spiritual. If you ain't tuned and you present enough, you're gonna be like, it's vibrations, it's the word. If you read the Bible in the beginning, it was the word. That's the first thing that the Bible say. You know what I mean? So the power of the word is intense, it's real. To try to make music and separate it from a spiritual thing, I don't think it's possible. Think about this. You going somewhere mentally and you bringing something back that people that aren't where you just went can hear in the place that you both are. Like, you go somewhere when you go pull a lyric down. Where is it at? Where does it exist? You know what I'm saying? And then you say it with your voice and now everybody can hear it. So that's, what is that? To think it's not spiritual, I think it's being like, you're not thinking about it long enough.
That's my inspiration. Rest in peace, Nip Hustle.
So did any of y'all just so happen to catch that video with the Arab dude that was giving the speech and his voice started sounding like a reptilian? And you know, my first impression was this is AI, and I didn't really think nothing about it, right? But I just so happened to rewind it, and I kept looking at the eyes of the people who were standing around, and I kept looking at him, right? And I kept looking at his face and all this, and I just, you know how you zoom in on some stuff, right? This coming from the general, my personal opinion, that was a real reptilian. His voice, you know how everybody went silent in the room, right? And then when he tried to get it back and drink that water for real, he tried 3 times to drink the water and he couldn't get his voice back, right? That's a shape-shifting reptilian. Y'all go check that video out. For those of y'all who've seen it, I want y'all to give me a comment on what y'all opinion is with that, because that's spooky. Look at the people's eyes around them. They was in horror. They knew it as soon as they... He went from talking like a regular dude to talking like a reptilian. And he just looked like this, like he tried to play it off him. Earlier said he couldn't get it back. I don't know, man. Some people ain't gonna believe it. I happen to be one who do.
You guys, I had the most prophetic dream in my life last night, and I want to share it with you guys. And TikTok, this is just for educational purposes. It's just a dream. I know how you like to tussle anytime that I share my dreams with the public. But I had a dream that I was standing on a dock, right? It was late, it was dark. For some reason, I had a basketball in my hand. And just like the Globetrotters, I was doing like the little wave with the ball, doing like this, popping it up and just playing with it and stuff. And it slipped out of my hand and it fell into the water. I heard it splash, gadoosh. So I look over to see the area where the ball was. It wasn't there. And so I'm looking around and I'm like, damn, where's my ball? That's my favorite ball. I'm saying that out loud, like, that's my favorite ball, damn. And I turn around and start walking away. And then behind me, I hear, that's my favorite ball, damn. That's my favorite ball, damn. And so I'm like, what is that? I turn around and I see a dolphin. And it's playing with the ball like how I was playing with it. Like this, it was swimming on his back. And it was like hitting the ball with his nose, between his nose and his tail, like, and it was giggling and it was laughing. And so I'm looking at it, and he's like, catch. And he threw it at me, and I caught it, and it was like, throw it back. And so for like a minute or two, we just throwing the ball back and forth to each other. I'm just amazed that I'm hearing this dolphin talk. And then he hit the ball with his tail, like way harder than normal. Like you could hear it smack, like he spiked it. And it went over my head. And so I'm thinking I'm going to hear the splash from behind me, but I never heard the splash. And so I turn around and I look and I see a figure holding the ball in his hands with two hands, and it's coming towards me. And so I'm just sitting here and watching like, yo, who's that? And then the figure, it jumps up out the water onto the dock. Boom. I can hear it. And so I'm looking at this figure, right? And it's dark, but I can see it has, hair coming down. Has a shiny necklace, right? It had like a metallic suit on, in a sense, with like shiny skin. And it looked like what it appeared to be like a reptilian kind of mermaid kind of like essence. And it came up to me and it said, we found you. We found you. I see your light. You're right here. It's you. It's you. I found you. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they're like, I've been looking for you for so long. Your light went out some odd years ago or something like that, and we couldn't find you. We thought we lost you forever, but we seen the specks of your light slowly start to grow, and it attracted all of us to you. And I'm like, who's all of us? What are you talking about? And she makes like this whistle. It was like on a frequency, like, ooh, in a sense, where it was like you could faintly hear it, but it was strong. The next thing you know, I hear like snouts of like water within the thousands, like. And so I'm looking, I look over, it's like thousands and thousands of dolphins swimming in the water with their heads out of the water, just looking at me, giggling like, that's really him, he's back. And I'm sitting here like, what's going on? And so the lady was like, the mermaid or whatever, she was like, you don't remember who I am? And I was like, no, I don't remember you. She was like, we're family. And I'm like, how are we family if you just came out of the water? And she said, you used to be in the water. We used to have a close connection, and you lost that light through the Dark Lord. And I'm like, who's the Dark Lord? Whatever. And she says, come with me and I'm gonna tell you everything to you. So she jumps in the water. I'm standing there on the dock like, I'm not finna get in that water. girl, you crazy. I can't breathe underwater. And so she says, you really don't remember who you are, do you? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. She says, I wonder if you remember this guy. I forgot what his name was, but she points, and then a big ass, from what I thought was a whale, it was actually a dolphin, but the biggest dolphin that I've ever seen, like a super huge shark, but it was clearly a dolphin because it kept clicking when it was talking. And it was like, it is you. You not remember me? I forgot what his name was, but it was like, you don't remember me? It was like, we used to go on adventures together, and we used to explore the other worlds from the higher dimensions, and we would meet like at the iceberg or something that he was saying. And I was like, I don't remember you. And he said, jump on my back, I'll take you so that way you can remember who you really were. And when he said that to me, he was speaking telepathically. Like at first he was speaking, and then he was like, I can take you to who you really are, to remember who you really are. Trust me. So I hopped on his back. The dolphin goes underwater, right? Probably like midway, right? And then it just sits there, and then it's talking to me telepathically. He was like, you need to remember how to breathe in this type of water. In your nose, out your mouth, and try to find that cycle, and eventually the water around you is going to get thin and thin. And so I'm doing this, I'm breathing underwater, I'm getting comfortable, and then next thing you know, all the thousands of dolphins that were around me, they started shooting water like a frequency, like from their snout, in the thousands in my direction. It was as if like a bell, like a huge bell was just shaking. And it was like I was inside the bell, but like all like the dark energy and matter that was in me from their frequencies was leaving me, and I could feel it like a parasite or like a demon or whatever lift off of me in the water and was repelled backwards. And right when they like finished like hitting me with their frequencies, it was like my body grew double its size, like my arms, like I was like 15 feet tall and shit, and I was speaking telepathically, not realizing it. It was like my eyes changed, and it was like I can clearly visibly see underwater. And then all of my past memories came back, and I talked to the big dolphin, and I was like, I remember watching you be born. I remember holding you, and you were small. Look how big you are. Wow. And then he started clicking and laughing. He said, okay, do you remember what happened with the Dark Lord? And I'm like, no. And he says, well, every 1,000 or so years that the Dark Lord sends his minions to reset the world above. And so he was telling me that I was somehow tricked out of the water or something, and that the Dark Lord, who controls the people of the land, uses them in order to reset every so often, so that way people can go back to worshiping the Dark Lord. It was saying that when people get too smart, that they understand who's the evil and who's good, and they start choosing a side. If more people start leaning towards the light, then the evils of this world dwindle down. In order to keep that relationship, they need that worship from the people, and so they trick the people to worship the evil unknowingly. And so they were saying that these bunkers that these elites have, they've always been here. They use those bunkers every time they reset the world, and when it's safe to come up top, then that's when they come up top and they reset our technology to day one, and then they slowly bring us back through the process of knowledge, which is all lies. And she was saying that they need my help to stop them from resetting the world again, because if they reset the world again this time, the world would never be able to reach its enlightenment period. And so now is the time to enlighten the people, and the only person that can do that is you. He was talking to me. And they were saying that all of the dolphins was waking up the frequencies of the world, of the animals around them, so that way the animals can tell the humans that the reset is near and that now is the time for them to reach a higher power. Please like for part 2.
Like for part 2. Y'all gonna run this page up, tell them I sent you. I think that whole clip was worth it. That whole clip was worth it. Keep him safe. I feel like his dream was telling something about the future. So when we talk about the San Andreas fault, I think we gotta talk about the Madrid fault. And like I said, there's the Cascade fault? The Cascadian fault? If I'm not mistaken. There's a few faults. We need to be mindful of all this. Like I said, out here in Cali, I've seen so many houses going up for sale. So many people, wealthy people, took off out of Cali. A lot of people took off out of DC. They going overseas, international. They getting the hell out. They getting the hell out of the United States. They know something's coming. Like I always say, they didn't build walls and stuff to keep immigrants from coming in. They built walls to keep us from getting out if something goes wrong. Some people can disagree. Some can agree. That's my 2 cents. That's what I think. I think we need to keep bro safe. What he just said, bro, that was... How many times did they say we forget who we truly are? And we gotta fully remember. Or some of us will, some of us won't. Well, the specks of his light started to slowly grow back and re-show, right? That's how the Dolphins was able to see him. He made that video. But we gonna push that video. So that right there gonna help so much. You gotta get the message out, right? So we gonna help get the message out. This for entertainment purposes. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts though. He talking about there she is. Yeah, to that energy attach itself to you.
Yo, bro, what did we find? What did we find? All these yo, bro, what is going on? What in the hell is this? Yo, bro, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The horseshoe magnet right there, the castle over there. Hold on. I can't even think straight. We just found some more. What the crystal stone in the ground? Like this is a goddamn stadium or some shit. Crystal. More crystal tech. Yo, bro. Nah. What's going on? What is happening? Water supply underneath this bitch got to be. Yo, what is this? Where are we at? We're in the center point. What is going on? She's alive. Yup. This area is alive. I knew it. I can feel it. That this life gonna be a great life. Yo, bro. They tried to cut this. Niggas do not know this part is back here. The magnet is right there. Like the shit in French. It's stonework. It's crystal work. This is the gods. Bro, how is this carved out like this? Look where we at. Look at the level. We're on.
See, I ain't got a chance to really see nothing like that in SAC besides the reset. Like, where you could tell, like, there was more to it. And then they just, like, mud flooded it over. And then you could see it's, like, hella buildings or state capitol, stuff like that. But, like, bro, I need to see those type of structures. That shit look dope. And the fact that just like when you look at that, bro, you be like, damn, they build stuff out of wood. Our houses are made out of wood, bro. So simple. And back then they had like so much, like it was so complex the way they was building, bro. That shit was dope. I wish they ain't had to do that reset, bro. I wish it could be like that. But you know, people will be in charge, bro. That 1%. They want that full control. And they're not that smart because they can't do structures like that. But I want to see something like that. What state is that? Y'all let me know.
Well, since everything's coming out and everything's getting exposed, I may as well be honest. I'm tired of pretending. I'm tired of pretending that I am functioning in this society that believes in calendars and weeks. I forget almost every day what day of the week it is, because not because something's wrong physically, but because I don't give a. It's not really May 15th. It's not. And it's also not 4:01 Eastern Standard Time right now. It's not. You want to know what it is? I'm alive. That's what matters. This time and day and month and hour and minute and second and da. Who gives a? It doesn't exist. It's not natural. It doesn't exist in nature. You're not going to see a number 7 growing out of soil. You're not going to see a number 465 growing out of the side of a cliff. You're not going to see 245s mating in nature. It's not going to happen. And if it does, I'll have whatever they're having, because it's not natural. And I say this to people who are like left brain, people who believe in science, like calculations, like those kind of people. I like those people because they're very smart. But to me, it feels like they focus on the pins and dots when I'm telling them to look at the whole thing, like step back. Just step back and trust me. And they're like, no, it doesn't, that's in the realm of no possibility. I'm like, no. Trust me, it's great. The only reason why numbers and months and dates and stuff exist is because it's used as manipulation. If we really understood and got the grasp on how jobs ruin our life, we would have revolted centuries. The moment that taxes were introduced and currency, because we don't really need currency. We just need agreement. I don't think this video is going to get a lot of views, but I'm telling you, if we all agreed around the world, all billions of us, if we all agreed that seeds are now the currency, we just cut everybody else out. And people who can find seeds, any kind of seeds, you're good. There's no need to work. You could just go and search for seeds anywhere on the face of this earth. And if you need something, there you go. I'm telling you, we could all agree to that. And almost every surface of this planet, there has been a group of people who decided to f them over. Even if there's no people there, they destroy the environment. Yeah, so forgive me in advance that sometimes I don't give a f what month it is. I don't care what hour, what minute. I don't care about what century it is. You want to know what matters is how we are evolving as human beings. That occurs naturally. What doesn't occur naturally is Christmas happening every single year. And we act like it's totally normal and it's totally fine. It's because we're immune to it. It's a tradition. And when they've taken everything else away from us, that's the only time we find joy within each other. We shouldn't just spread cheer on holidays. That should be every day. And until that shit starts happening, I may forget every once in a while what day it is, what year, how old I am, instead of looking at the big picture.
Is that a reach to y'all?
Holy crap, you gotta listen to this. I've never been so in love with a stranger.
I don't know if you are attacking DEI because you convinced yourself that race discrimination doesn't exist anymore, or if you've just convinced yourself that it's okay. What I do know is that white supremacist groups still feel emboldened enough to march openly in American streets. People are proudly proclaiming themselves racist and bigots on social media and even national television. And I know that it'll be those people that are cheering and applauding for you the loudest when you decide to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion in our schools. And the fact that doesn't give you pause, that it doesn't make you feel sick and slimy, tells me everything I need to know about you. When I look at you, the 6 of you that'll vote against this, I'm disgusted. But I'm also grateful. I'm grateful for all the experiences I had that kept me from being like you. You see, there's bigots in my family. I heard the N-word and derogatory jokes growing up, but when I found myself on my own before I'd even graduated high school, that family wasn't there to help me. My friend Liliana's family was. They were Guatemalan immigrants. If it wasn't for them, I probably would have gotten a lot more trouble than I did. Did you know that immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than U.S. citizens?
He's right.
Statistically. And then there was my friend Trey's mom, taking care of all those kids all on her own. Still somehow always able still to find a prayer and a plate for me too. Did you know that black mothers are more than 3 times as likely to be single moms than white mothers?
He's right.
Statistically. It was the queer kids that helped me learn how to navigate life on the streets. Did you know that LGBTQ kids are more than twice as likely than their peers to be homeless?
Right again.
Statistically. But because of those kids, when my child came out to me, I was able to be the father that they needed. Despite all of the religious indoctrination I'd been subjected to. Did you know it's more likely your priest will be a predator than your kid will be
Dang.
statistically? Now, I know you don't care about my stories or my statistics. Your fear and ignorance has got you so turned around rather than embracing the future, you're clinging desperately to echoes of the past. That future, it's still coming, and it doesn't look much like you, statistically. Shout out to the student speakers. You may be blind, but these kids aren't. They see you. More than that, they see that you do not see them. So tonight, after you vote against their future and go home to bask in the approval of racist bigots, don't mistake this for a day that we stood in your way and couldn't stop you. No, today's the day you decided to stand in the way of these kids and their future. And someday, sooner than you think, they're going to run right over you and not even look back. Make good decisions.
Oh my god, I love this man.
Damn! What's your thoughts? Spam it up.
And then, kind of in this area, around the same time that they went out of business was when they did start having more chains of pharmacies.
Where is that at?
Breaking news. Federal court rules against the EPA in lawsuit over fluoride in the tap water. An unreasonable risk to children. Finally. No more fluoride in tap water. Another win. Have a good one.
They should have been did that.
You hold sick, disrespectful press conferences in my state where, let me be clear, you are not welcome. You corruptly use emergency authority to avoid procurement to make Trump's private prison donors richer by directing profiled and dehumanized our neighbors. You've betrayed our constitutional commitment to due process. You've deported United States citizens. You've undermined the courts. You've broken the law. You've engaged in corruption, and you've weaponized the immigration system to violate civil rights. As Senator Murphy perfectly stated, your department is out of control, but you're responsible. You have betrayed the sacred fundamentals of your oath. And I believe to my core that you are not fit to hold the office. And I again, to your face, demand your immediate resignation. And I put it and place it on the record for all of us to see. With that, Chairman, I yield back.
Well, in other news, Alabama just passed a bill that gives police officers immunity from being prosecuted or be held liable by civil suits. I'm gonna go finish my wine.
What's your thoughts, man?
Infinite generator. Say goodbye to your monthly electricity bill. Hello everyone. Today I continue to show you another infinite generator that I have built. I have designed it with a power output of up to 10 kilowatts. With the output voltage of this machine is 230 volts. It is suitable for most electrical appliances in Europe, and that is the location of my next customer this time. I will also create another version with an output voltage of 120 volts for customers in the US. Do you want to know how it was built? Do you want to own a machine like this? Please comment below. Don't forget to give me a like and share this video with your friends. Thank you very much.
Now, this man can't be serious. Now, it's a great thing of what he created, but we gotta sit back and think, bro. The last person who tried to give us free energy, free electricity, y'all know how that went. This for entertainment purposes, bro. None of what I'm about to say it happened. None of what I'm about to say has happened. But bro, let's say somebody created that. Y'all know they not gonna live to see another day. Like, let's just be honest, bro. Them people in charge, they get a big check based off the lights we turn on. They get a big check every time we go get checked up by a doctor or grab, y'all know, something to help us heal. Like, bro, they make big checks off this. Like, bro, that's like somebody. We not even gonna go in detail that way, but y'all know what happened to the last person. Is that a reach? Y'all let me know, man. That shit crazy. Hopefully you can get that off the ground, but bro, that's scary. He playing with some deep shit.
The American Indians, parents of science and industry. Yes, all you see is melanin everywhere. We built the Brooklyn Bridge with precision. I'm Newbie One.
History, they hide from us.
Just like how they're hiding the secret of the pyramid under the Hoover Dam.
The U.S. government! Which is covering up the truth about the ancient pyramid under the Hoover Dam!
And I just thought how so many of us, including myself, have been focusing so much on CERN. And what if CERN has just basically been gathering an energy source like dark matter or whatnot to open a Stargate? And what if that Stargate is actually the Hoover Dam? And once I started researching this, I found some interesting articles. There's not a heck of a lot of them, but these articles are all talking about how the Hoover Dam was built like a Stargate. So I believe that a lot of people's different research and that this is all connected and culminating together. And if we look at this article, I think this needs to be looked into on a much deeper scale. I just think that there's something going on with the Hoover Dam, and what if what is going to be birthed forth is something that's actually going to come out of that area? What if this also is a large part of the smaller part? What if these archways to Bell that they've been putting up, we don't know what's been constructed inside of them. I do have a video that I've seen where a person had mentioned that all the arches were built by robots. They were all built by machines. And who's to say, with the weird things that are going on this day and age of technology and what have you, what's to say that these archways aren't going to be dimensional portals put up all over the world for, you know, the armies of the underworld to come forth through, or the fallen angels, the dark ones, whatever you want to call them. Whatever's coming through them isn't going to be good, but there's a lot of other stuff that's coming together, and I just believe that we need to be really, really paying attention very closely as to what is going on and look into all aspects of all things in order to see what the enemy is up to.
Hey, that's a new rabbit hole for me. The Hoover Dam?
3 demons that make you procrastinate and never want you to finish anything ever in life. Number 1, Belphegor, the demon of sloth. Belphegor thrives on laziness and apathy. And if you don't know, apathy is the highest level of confusion. He whispers into your mind that there's no need to rush, convincing you that taking a break will solve everything. His influence is very subtle. At first you feel like that you're just resting, but soon enough you've wasted hours. And if you ever catch yourself thinking, I'll just do this later, it's probably Belphegor at work. Number 2 is Asmodeus, the demon of lust. Asmodeus is a seducer of instant gratification. He draws you away from your responsibilities and tempts you into indulging in whatever brings you the quickest pleasure, whether it's social media, video games, food, or anything else that distracts you from the task at hand. He's the voice inside of your head saying, just one more episode. Number 3, Astaroth, the demon of despair. Astaroth is a demon who preys on your self-doubt and fear of failure. His presence makes you feel overwhelmed by the task ahead and convinces you that you are not good enough to succeed. He'll make you freeze up with anxiety, thinking, there's no way I can do this perfectly, so why should I even try? If you are or have been suffering with procrastination, 2025 is the year of progress. If you are seriously working on trying to get better in life, trying to become rich, trying to start your business, trying to get your health back in order, trying to mend relationships, trying to have better relationships, trying to get married, contact me. Let's work on that together. Send me a DM.
They tell you this to your face. Black Hispanics between 14 to 21. They must get stopped.
At the end of the month, these officers, whoever don't have that arrest or those few summonses, they're pressured to find something. You might not see nothing. You're supposed to be visible. You might not see anything, but you go hunting, like bounty hunting for an arrest. Locking up some old guy, some homeless guy, finding somebody who's riding a bicycle on the sidewalk, who's spitting, and you bring him in.
The problem is when you go hunting, when you put any type of numbers on a police officer to perform, we are going to go to the most vulnerable.
The most vulnerable?
Of course. We're going to go to LGBT community. We're going to go to the black community. We're going to go to those people that have no vote, that have no power. If we start doing what we're doing in Midtown Manhattan, a phone call to the mayor's office is going to be made. That's going to be the end of it.
We're the predators, they're the prey. The worst thing you can have is a police officer that needs an arrest for the month.
So you're all minorities. How does that make you feel?
It's horrible.
This is something coming from the top that trickles its way down, and this is why we're all here today.
Of America, all of the historians state that our castles was turned into prisons and colleges, with the Alcatraz prison being the most famous one. This is where Queen Khalifa Castle sat. Okay, let's get into how we lost our homes that we built. We've been fighting with the invaders since 1492, but I want to talk about the recent wars. We had our own military over here in America. This is what they don't tell you. A lot of us had to leave our family and children and go fight in this war. With our last stronghold being down in Florida, we had tribes come from all over the world to help us. This is why so-called slavery was still going on in the South in civil wars. The invaders was organized in the North. The invaders from the South would tell the invaders up North that the war's over and that they won. But the whole time, we were still fighting each other. The war was never over, but they started rounding us up, holding us as hostages. Just for the record, we was never slaves. We was POWs. And this is when they started to move inside of our castles. And they seen that we had dungeons on the bottom level. So instead of them building their own jails, they just threw us inside of our ancestors' house. And usually, the warden of the prison would stay up on the top level. These castles are ancient, and it belongs to our ancestors. They don't have enough knowledge or creativity to build something like this. Now, the newer box rectangle buildings, these is considered their newer prisons.
Didn't I just say they not that creative? They build the houses out of wood. Bro, we was building some dope shit back then. And then we go to wood? Come on, bro. How they build the state capitals? Come on, in any part of y'all downtown, y'all can go check to see the resets. We already had that. We already went over this. The great fires, bro. The great floods of any city. You can type it in on Google. It's going to pop up. And it's crazy at the fact that, like, they give us simple shit now to live in. And we was living like that back then. But I like how you put that. Never slaves, prisoners of war. That's dope. But how y'all feel about that clip? Y'all agreeing? Y'all disagreeing? Is it a reach? Is it not, man? Spam it up.
Welcome, family. Today, we have something special. Remember all that commotion when I was trying to explain to people that the airplanes leaving the trails are holographic? People had a hard time wrapping their heads around it. Some even laughed. Well, today, I bring you more evidence and proof of my claims. In this footage, the airplane has not manifested correctly. The mechanism that creates the airplane has become visible, and vectors and gears can be seen as they render the simulation in real time. As you can see, this type of holographic technology is not usual and does not display any of the attributes of holographics as we know it. I have said previously that this technology is supremely advanced and is not human technology. This is fourth density technology and has the ability to create any form in a four-dimensional manner. It's not humans doing the spraying.
But y'all know we made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger. Helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But if you're watching on your TV or whatever the case is, I wish it was smooth 7. Man, I ain't gonna hold you though. I'm gonna let y'all get out of here until I see y'all in the next one. Y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know what